Hey, what's up there, guys? Corey here with Gotta Be Mobile. Today we have the brand new HTC One M8. Now this is not the M8 that is available in stores around the US starting today, from carriers. This is the Google Play Edition. So what we have here, for those that don't know, Google offers, as of last year, as a brand new option, they offer something called a Google Play Edition smartphone. Now this is only available directly from the Google Play Store instead of from carriers and manufacturers and Best Buy and what have you. And this is a regular smartphone running stock Android the way Google designs it, rather than having all those interface changes from HTC, Samsung, or just about everybody else. So what we have here is the HTC One M8. It was just released, and this is the version running stock Android versus HTC Sense 6. So while there's a lot of benefits from getting a phone made from HTC with blink feed and boom sound and all those kind of features that makes the phone unique, a lot of people prefer a stock version of Android that doesn't have any of that. That's kind of a very streamlined, simple experience that is also vanilla, just stock, directly the way Google designs and intends Android to be. So with that, you should know plenty about HTC One already, as well as Google Play Edition phones. So we're just going to kind of quickly show off the brand new HTC One Google Play Edition. Now, as you can see, still have that beautiful 1080p 5-inch display. Those boom sound front-facing stereo speakers are still included, and they do still have some of those software changes to make the speakers sound amazing. And on the back here, we have that all-aluminum design from the HTC One that carried over to the One M8. That 4-pixel camera, but that new Duo second camera sensor is here, and it does still work. So a lot of people thought you'd kind of lose all of that since it's stock Android. HTC would kind of toss out some of the features that makes this phone impressive. But what they've done is still kind of delivered a stock Android experience, but they've kept a few of the key features and key software changes that doesn't change how it looks, but makes the phone still function the way it should. Prime example being those front-facing speakers and the special effects this camera can do. We still have a infrared port up top, blaster for remote control features, and then a micro SD slot and SIM slot. But then there's a power button on the side here, or volume rocker on the side here, and then the 3.5mm headphone jack and the charging port. So overall, there's not a lot different. This is the same phone we've reviewed and love. It's an awesome build quality, just a amazing smartphone here from HTC with the One M8. But as you can see here, there is no HTC Sense, there's no blink feed, the news aggregator that they use. It kind of delivers everything, all the content to your home screen. You have just a stock plain Android experience with OK Google hot word detection up top for Google search results, and then a quick swipe over for Google Now. Now this was first shown, this kind of Google Experience Launcher, on the Nexus 5, and is now available for a few other devices. So this is kind of not something that most devices have. It's a quick swipe, kind of gets you instantly into this information from Google. But other than that, here you have the on-screen buttons, of course, which are slightly different than how HTC does it. And then this kind of whole launcher, I've kind of changed some of the stuff up a little bit. But as you can see, this is definitely just a plain, simple version of Android. When I say plain, I don't mean that in a bad way. It's, a lot of people like it, a lot of people don't, but for those that prefer stock Android, this is kind of what you get. It's a very simple and seamless experience the way Google designs it, rather than the way HTC and other carriers and manufacturers kind of take it and change it. So there you have it. But a couple things I did want to mention is a lot of the things are still present on the HTC One M8. So you go ahead and head into settings here. You can see this familiar kind of Nexus look for the software. So you go into settings here, and the motion launch controls are still available. Now what these are is you can double tap the screen when it's off to instantly turn it on without fumbling up and trying to find that power button up top. It's all just done right here with a couple motion controls. You can swipe to unlock the phone. You pick up the phone when it's been sitting down, and as long as you hold it in portrait mode, up like I am now, and swipe, it'll unlock. So just a couple little neat things HTC did to make the phone easier to kind of use and interact with without searching for that power button. And then volume buttons, if you pick up the phone while it's been on a flat table and turn it sideways, in camera mode, and hit the volume button, that will go ahead and launch the camera. So if we try some of these here, you get the phone sitting there and you pick it up and just double tap the screen, it's very easily and simply turns it on. It's kind of a neat little feature. Another thing here is if it's been sitting down on the table, it shouldn't turn on when you swipe the screen, because you wouldn't want that to happen all the time. But if you pick the phone up, it knows you're going to use it, it kind of senses it, and a quick swipe will light up that screen. And then of course here, if it's been sitting on a table, let's try that camera effect as well. You pick it up, turn it sideways, and tap the camera button, and it didn't work for me that time. Weak. So So give it a second to kind of rewind. There's just a couple of things that HTC's kind of added to the new phone here. Turn it sideways, hit the volume up or down rocker, and there it goes. The camera has started. So that's kind of a quick shortcut to instantly access the camera without turning the screen on at all. Kind of a neat little effect, but more on that in a minute regarding the camera. We go back into the settings here and go into sound. You can see it is grayed out, but boom sound is still included. Boom sound can't be turned off when using internal speakers. You plug in a headphone and whatnot, and it'll kind of do whatever. But the speakers still sound amazing, which is one of the few, just awesome things that HTC One M8 does that no other phone can do. The front-facing speakers are extremely loud. No smartphone has speakers, in my opinion, that sound as good as this, and it's even better than the original HTC One, which was, kind of hard to do since it was such a great phone as well. As you can see, everything's here plain stock Android. We got Android 4.4.2 KitKat here, and then of course it goes in that full screen mode if you'd like. A couple little hidden things you may not have known. But one thing we did want to show you, might not work extremely well on video here, but the camera here is a big focus with HTC One M8. It's got two cameras here for what is called U-focus. A lot of this post-processing and stuff that HTC included, you can change the point of focus after you take a photo. You can add 3D kind of effects and a lot of just neat stuff to the camera that are kind of new. Let's find something that's not so boring here. So there's a picture of the box. So what you do here, by default, this is the plain kind of Google, photo viewer. There's no HTC changes. There's not any of that software that is available on the stock HTC One M8. If you go ahead and hit the edit button, it gives you an option to use HTC's photo editor or the stock one. So if you use HTC's photo editor, this is what is just one of the few things that is still included on the stock Google Play Edition phone to take advantage of some of those features like the U-focus with the dual cameras on the back and the front-facing speakers. It takes a little longer than usual. If you watched our full HTC One M8 review, it's an awesome little feature. But if you tap here, kind of changes the point of focus, and certain things fuzz in and out and kind of gets that nice fancy blur effect that most high quality DSLR cameras can do that most phones cannot do. This isn't the best kind of photo for that to show off some of the features, but kind of did a few with my puppy here, and you can see it's quite impressive, the camera features, but they work wonderfully on the stock Google Play Edition HTC One M8 as well. So there it was, guys. Didn't want to get into too long here. The same multitasking and swipe to clear and just everything we're familiar with a Nexus device is present on the HTC One M8, but they kept some of those other features that makes it kind of unique and special even if you get the Google Edition. But one again here, this is $6.99 from the Google Play Store, so it's definitely an expensive purchase, but for those that want that stock Android experience that has not been kind of changed and tweaked from the manufacturer, this is one of the best options available. But there you have it, guys. Thanks for watching.